Welcome, everybody, to the final of Rome and, the best match we could ask for. We haven't had one of these matches all year, mainly because Sinner hasn't played that much. It's only his second tournament, and this is only the second tournament these two have participated in together. Australian Open was the first time they played in the same draw, and now this one. So, if we look at it like that, and not at 5 months into the year, we're pretty lucky that we've got on the second try. Second try between these guys in a draw. They weren't too far away, the Australian Open. Of course, Djokovic beats Alcaraz, and then Zverev beats Djokovic to make the final play at Sinner. So we weren't too far away from getting this Sincraz match. But second time asking, we get it. And the first comeback is Sinner. He comes back and we get a Sincraz match. How lucky is that? How lucky is that? Look, these matches don't always happen. They happened a couple of times last year, but they're not always frequent. So when they happen, we have to appreciate them. They've happened 10 times already in their careers. Some of the biggest matches, some of the most epic matches we've watched over the last, probably some of the most epic matches of the 2020s. You think Djokovic-Nadal match, Djokovic-Rafa, those matches were pretty epic, some French Open classics. And then, of course, Alcaraz-Djokovic have had some classics. And then Sinner-Alcaraz have had some classics. Those are the big rivalries of the 2020s. You can put in Zverev and Team, or maybe Medvedev and Zverev, and Medvedev and Tsitsipas. Zverev and Tsitsipas had some bangers too. But it feels like these guys have some of the most memorable matches of the decade so far, and they haven't even played at a Grand Slam final yet. So we haven't even got the best yet. So we'll see what happens. Now, let's talk a little bit about how we got here, because Sinner number 1 seed, first time back since the 3-month ban, and Alcaraz number 3 seed. Him and Zverev have been trading the number 2 spot for the last couple of weeks. Alcaraz will be number 2 next week, which means he'll be number 2 at the French. Sinner started the tournament off, got a bye in the first round. He took on Navone, then he took on De Jong, then he took on Cerundolo, won all those matches in straight sets. Then he demolishes Casper Ruud. That is the match that shocked the world. But then Tommy Paul won the first set easily against Sinner before Sinner came back to win, and then made the final. So Paul was the only guy to grab a set off him. And then Alcaraz, he started the tournament off with a bye in the first round, then took out Lajovic in the second round, Jera in the third, won both in straight sets. Fourth round, he lost the second set against Hashanov, but he got the win in the end, 7-5 in that third set. He then played Draper. Even though it was 6-4, 6-4, it was still very close. And then the Musetti match, he won in straights as well. So they both only dropped 1 set for the week. But there is a little bit of injury concerns for both, because Alcaraz has been wearing the leg sleeve the entire week. 2 days ago, Sinner was talking about the blister on his foot. He was also, a little bit sore after playing so much tennis in a short amount of time for him. So both these guys are not 100% fit. No one would be at 5 months in, right? Now, let's talk about their head-to-head, because they played 10 times, 6-4 in favor of Alcaraz. But Alcaraz has won the last 3, including a French Open match last year. They've only played a couple of times on clay. It's actually 1-1 in the head-to-head on clay. They did play actually on clay in a challenger event, which isn't included on the ATP website, but Alcaraz won that as well. So you want to say 7-4 Alcaraz, 2-1 on clay to Alcaraz. But they've all been 3-set or 5-set matches on clay. So it's been a close contest when they played on the dirt. This week, let's talk about their stats, because they both played 5 matches. 9 hours and 15 minutes for Alcaraz, 8 hours and 15 minutes for Sinner. So 1 hour more for Alcaraz in his matches. Sinner served 12 aces, 3 double faults. Alcaraz served 7 aces and 12 double faults. So not great. Both serving pretty well, pretty much the same. 66% of first serves in, 68% won by Sinner on the first serve points, and 66 for Alcaraz. So they're both pretty much the same there. Break points won at about 50%. They're both broken 22 times against their opponents. Break points saved. Sinner's only been broken 8 times. Alcaraz has been broken 12 times, which is probably accurate. You would say that Sinner his serve's a little better than Alcaraz, so harder to break. They both played 1 3-setter each. Obviously won that one. Alcaraz played 2 tie breaks. Sinner's played 1. They've both won all their tie breaks. So if it does go to a tie break, that'll be interesting. And what else is a stat? What's another stat? That's pretty much it. So there you go. That is the summary. But how are we doing, chat? What's going on? Hey, Starkey, thank you for the 50 cents. Appreciate that. Sinner in 2, you heard it here first. All right. Well, I haven't read the chat, so you are the first to say it. That I've read out. I'm sure other people are probably saying it, but that I've read out. Prediction will be 50-50. Yeah, look, this is tough. This is always such a tough match to predict because I remember last year predicting Sinner to beat Alcaraz, and he never did. When Sinner was beating everybody, Alcaraz beat Sinner. So why should today be any different? Everybody's picking Sinner, but Alcaraz wins those matches. Like Alcaraz wins this match. So it's like, and again, have we forgotten that Alcaraz has been the best clay court player of the season? Like, have we all forgotten that? Have we all forgotten that Alcaraz won Monte Carlo, made the final of Barcelona, would have won it had the leg not given way, and he's been pretty much untouchable this week besides that Khachanov match. And Sinner's been good, really good this week. Obviously, the Rude match was impressive, but the Tommy Paul match, he lost the first set. That was a bit weird. The Cerundolo match was close. Like, Sinner's, I don't know. I feel like it's not as easy as going, well, Sinner's the favorite, he'll win. Especially when Alcaraz is the man that beats him. He beats everybody else except for Alcaraz, right? So, I don't know. I don't think I think Sinner's the favorite, but I don't think Alcaraz winning would be a surprise or an upset. But we'll see. Yeah, Paolini won the doubles, so Paolini won the singles and the doubles. I think the first player ever to do that in the Rome Open, I think. Or at least in the Open era. The match starts in about 15 minutes. 20 minutes? About 20 minutes. Carlos has to be the favorite on clay. Well, yeah, I mean, the clay, you would say, is Alcaraz's thing and not really Sinner's. He's not as proven on clay as I don't know. Also, obviously, there's the crowd and the pressure and, so I don't know. And how bad is Sinner's blisters? He said he has blisters and hopefully he'll be okay for the finals. And if he can't move, then how's he going to beat Alcaraz? So I think that's also a factor. So we'll see. Hamburg already started today. Hamburg started today. Alcaraz probably outgrinds on clay. Maybe. This is Sinner Volume 2. I feel like he can make it on any surface. Yeah. The joy and excitement of that Paolini showed on court after the match was amazing. Oh, yeah. Definitely a favorite. I reckon everyone, Paolini's a favorite. Just a fan favorite. Monica Seles won singles and doubles way back. Did she? Okay, fair enough. In the same year or... Looking forward to Sinner winning today. Okay. If Alcaraz shows up, will be a banger. Sinner was out for 3 months resting, grinding in the weight room. He's in prime. He's prime right now. All right. The fact that Sinner reached the final after 3 months break is a win for him. Yeah. I mean, if he loses this match, then there's no shame in that at all. Like you said, yeah, after months not playing. Doubles about to finish, or is Sky Tennis showing the old one? I don't know. I think the doubles finished. Oh no, the doubles is into a final set tiebreak. It's 10-all in the tiebreak. Alcaraz advantage neutral surface and head to head. Yeah. A lot of pressure on Carlos today. I don't think so. I think all the pressure's on Sinner. He's the favorite. The crowd are there. For him, I mean, I don't think the pressure's on Sinner. Alcaraz. I think the pressure's on Sinner. I'm surprised people are doubting Carlos so much. Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's doubting by... If you pick Sinner, I don't think you're doubting Carlos. You know, you can pick Sinner by believing in Sinner. Doesn't mean you don't think Carlos can win, right? You know, just because you don't pick the person that you like, that doesn't mean it's, you know, there's anything personal about it. I picked Alcaraz in 3 because the head-to-head, but also because of the blisters on Sinner's foot. I'm a little worried about that, because if Paul can get a 6-1 off Sinner in a first set when he's got some pain, Alcaraz going to exploit that even more. Like, you know, and if you look at the players that Sinner's played, right, he hasn't played anyone like Alcaraz. Paul's probably as close as it comes to playing an Alcaraz, right? Someone who's going to rally and hit winners. Ruud didn't hit winners. He was rallying, but he wasn't hit winners. Cerundolo, also the second biggest test of Sinner so far. Probably more like Alcaraz, but just too many errors, right? So, whereas Alcaraz, you know, he's played everyone on clay, right? He's played Draper, Runa, Musetti twice, you know, Feast. You know, he's played all the big boys on the clay and beaten most of them. Like, this is a big step up for Sinner. You know, going from Paul to Alcaraz is just, that's a totally different thing. You know, had Sinner played, I don't know. I don't know who Sinner could have played to prepare him for Alcaraz. There's no one really you could play to prepare for Alcaraz. I mean, even if he played Fonseca, I don't think it would have counted. If he played Runa, maybe, but he didn't, and he wouldn't have anyway, because Runa was in the wrong draw, the other draw. So, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Imagine being out 3 months and then you already make a 1,000 final. Sure, Alcaraz is playing better than Sinner, but this is probably a whole different Sinner we're talking about. I don't think it's a whole different Sinner. I think it's the same Sinner. We just forgot how good he was. Like, I think people forgot. Like, he was gone for 3 months and everyone's like, wow, the ATP kind of stinks. No one's consistent. And then Sinner comes back and does what he was doing before he got banned, and we're all like, wow, this guy's crazy. It's like, yeah, he was crazy before, but he was doing it so often that it was normal. Like, you know what I mean? Like, Sinner was winning everything every time, and we're like, okay, he wins again. And then he has 3 months off, and nobody can win 2 matches in a row or 2 tournaments in a row. And we're all like, holy shit, Sinner's crazy. Yeah, he was always that good. But Alcaraz is better when he plays Sinner. Like, that's the thing, right? Alcaraz might not have been great over the last 3 months compared to, you know, what Sinner was doing before the ban. But when Alcaraz plays Sinner, he goes to a different level. He plays the best match, the best tennis of his career, right? That's him and Djokovic and Sinner bring out the best in Alcaraz. You know, we've seen that. Some of Alcaraz's best matches and biggest, you know, most epic victories have been against those two guys, because those guys bring it out of him. You know, I think he said something like at the start of the week that, you know, he's happy to have Sinner back because it makes him better. And you go, well, shit. All right, today's the real test. How much better can he make you? You know. There is no more tennis after Federer. No, tennis still is going. It's been going on. Like, he left and everything kept going. It didn't stop. Krajicka is playing Strasbourg. She's about to lose, though. Yeah, well, she hasn't played for the whole year. But it's good to see her back, though. It's good that she's back. Big moments and big stages seem to animate Carlos for sure. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm expecting this to be the best we've seen Alcaraz play probably all year. They bring out the best in each other. Would love them to have a run of a slam final matches like Edberg, Becker at Wimbledon. Oh yeah, that'd be great to have a trilogy like that, wouldn't it? That would be epic. He said after the loss to Carlos, Alcaraz beats anyone on clay. Italians didn't like the comments. Was that before or after Sinner made the final? Thought on pickleball. It's huge here in Philippines. It's fine. Pickleball's fine. When is Nole playing next? He's playing not tomorrow. He's playing in a couple of days. He's playing on Tuesday in Geneva. Do you think Djokovic will look for a coach? Probably not, because he has coaches. He already has coaches. Guys, bet Sinner for the win today. No, whatever you say. Remember that guy's name if you did bet on Sinner. Can Sinner win this match? Of course. Of course he can. Just tuning in now, and I'm excited for this match. Oh yeah, this one is a big one. These are the chat. These are the matches. This matchup is the matchup that we watch the sport for. At least that's what I watch it for. They don't happen very often. About 10 times a year, we get this kind of match. And I'm not saying this matchup particular. We get this maybe 3 times if we're lucky. But like Djokovic Alcaraz or Djokovic Sinner or Zverev, whoever you want to put Zverev next to, whatever. I mean, I'm trying to think. Djokovic Alcaraz at the Australian Open is still the standout match for me, where it's like that. Still probably maybe one of the matches of the year, if not the match of the year. Since then, I mean, chat, give me some matchups in 2025 that we've had that have been like everybody stops to watch because you have to watch it. Like what other ones? Because I don't think there's been that many. With Sinner gone, it really killed it. I mean, Draper Alcaraz started to become a must-watch the last couple of months. The Indian Wells match and even the one this week, like that was Sinner Alcaraz Draper Alcaraz sort of a must-watch, but again, not on the same level, but it's getting there, right? But what else? What other matchups this year have been like you have to stop everything and pay attention? Sinner versus Rude, everyone stop. Yeah, no, okay. But I'm not talking about I'm talking about on a serious note. It's very Grixport, but nobody gives a shit about that one. I'm not talking about like who to use. I'm saying like the world stops for Alcaraz Sinner. Fonseca Tien. I mean, the tennis. I don't think casuals are watching Fonseca Tien. ATP, not many. Yeah, right? You're padding for time for the match starts. Well, what do you want me to do? Juggle? Like, we're waiting for the match to start. What do you want me to do? Sit here and smile? It's boring as hell. So what I'm getting at is that we haven't had that many matches this year that have just stopped everybody. Like, everybody's gone, shit, we got to watch this. But this is one of those times. Because Sinner's been gone. We haven't had those times, right? Maybe even maybe before the Australian Open final, the Zverev-Sinner match was definitely a match that we were all thinking this could be epic. It obviously wasn't, but that 1-2 battle in the final of Grand Slam, that was an interesting matchup. And even the Zverev-Djokovic match as well. Like Djokovic, Djokovic Alcaraz, Djokovic Zverev, Zverev-Sinner, those 3 matchups in a row, they all felt like before they started, everyone was like paying attention. But then obviously some of those didn't turn out to be as good as we had hoped. I mean, this could be the same. This could be a straight sets win to somebody and we're like, holy shit, that wasn't good. But right now, everybody's holding their breath. Right now, we're all getting excited, right? Long time since we've seen Swiatek Sabalenka as well. Yeah. A little bit. This match earns your favorite term, blockbuster. Well, it is a blockbuster. Literally. It is the reason why people would be sitting down, spending the whole Sunday afternoon watching this match. This is the definition of if this isn't a blockbuster, then nothing is. Like, this is, must watch. Sinner can't beat Federer? Yeah, because Federer retired, so that's true. This match is going to be epic. Let's hope. Let's hope it is. Indian Wells and French Open have big courts favouring Sinner. Rome has a small court. I don't know if that makes a difference. It'd be an easy win for Sinner? Okay. Will there be a third member in the Sincraz era? Probably. I mean, there'll probably be a bunch of other players that are in that era. But right now, it's just the two guys. Draper's putting his hand up as one of the guys. You've still got Djokovic around. I mean, Zverev and Fritz are in the top four. So, they're obviously hanging around. So it's all, it is what it is. It's all happening. It is all happening. And there was obviously going to be more players. I mean, Bruner's put his hand up and said, hey, I'm a part of this as well. And obviously there's younger players that are, we're talking about as well. There's obviously a lot of things, a lot of players. Maybe there's players that we don't even know yet. Players that haven't even started their, maybe they're 16, 17-year-olds right now playing juniors that might join this group that we don't know about, right? Definitely a possibility that could happen too. Could be Feast. Yeah, Feast could be a part of this three. I mean, Musetti could be a part of this three, right? I mean, Musetti's probably been one of the top 5 players on clay this season, right? I mean, Musetti's only lost to Alcaraz a couple of times, Mensik, yeah, Mensik's there. Fonseca is around. I mean, there's a lot of players that you could put their hand up as this part of, be part of this generation. Or be the 3, I don't think there has to be 3. I mean, there could be 10. We could have 10 players. But these guys are the standouts, right? So it's a big 2 and then everybody else. But you never know. Things can change. All right, players should be out on the court any moment. We're just going to wait for the doubles final. I think they're doing some preparation or some, what do you call it? Presentations. Finally, Alcaraz Sinner will land in different halves of the draw at RG. Yep. Sinner is mentally very strong. True. Bit nervous for this one. Oh, it's a big one. This is a big match. This is a big deal. Let's see whether or not it lives up to the hype. By the way, this matchup does never disappoints. Not to jinx it, because Hogwarts isn't real and Harry Potter's a book and jinxing is not a thing. But every time they've played, it's been close. Beijing last year, great final. It was a 3-setter tiebreak finish. 5-setter at the French last year. 3-setter at Indian Wells last year. Beijing 2023, Sinner got the win in straights, but it was a close first set. So it wasn't boring. Miami 2023, 3-setter. Was epic finale, or epic semi-final, I should say. Indian Wells that same year was Alcaraz winning in straights, but it was first set tiebreak. 5-setter in New York in 2022, arguably their best match ever. Match point saving effort from Alcaraz, all that fun stuff. The Wimbledon of that same year was 4 sets. Umag of that same year was 3 sets. Paris Masters was their first official match, was 2 close sets. And then the Challenger match they played in their first ever meeting was 3 sets. So, yeah, it's either a tiebreak and an easy second set, or it's a 3-setter or a 5-setter. So, this match does not... I mean, look... We're due to have one of these matches be a 2 and a 2, right? A 6-2, 6-2 beatdown. Is today the day? I don't know. But if it is, that just adds to the whole lore of this rivalry, because we haven't had that before. So if somebody does win, straight sets 2 and 2 or 3 and 3, that adds to the whole, like, holy shit, this guy's got the head-to-head now. Cam's voice is annoying, then go away. You don't have to be here. You can leave. You're not bound here by any means. Please leave. Or just mute the screen and watch, lip read. I don't know. Could be the day. Yeah, today could be the day where we get a really boring crap match. Today could be the day. Today could be the day. You can watch it on Tennis TV. You have to pay for it, but it's worth it. So, Tennis TV, not a sponsor. Pelini wins the doubles as well? Yeah, she did. That comment's a rule breaker, please ban. Oh, brother, people in the chat calling for your head, mate. Why do people complain at the basic things? Because, they're bored. It's fine. It happens. Alcaraz $100 for match winner. Okay. Sinner over 22.5 games. You reckon? Okay. What a day for Italian tennis if Sinner wins. Oh, it's been a crazy tournament if Sinner wins for Italy. Final of the Six Kings Slam was an epic match. Yeah, but it wasn't an official match. So, it was good, though. Yeah. Sinner king of clay, Alcaraz king of grass. That's debatable. I don't think Sinner's the king. I think Sinner's king of hard courts right now and Alcaraz grass, but I think clay's still up for grabs. I don't think there's a king of clay yet. Rafa just left, so no one's filled his seat yet. Alcaraz is doing a pretty good job, though. He's winning all the clay events at the moment. Hey, Goats, thank you for the 31 months. Appreciate it. If you ask me, the match they played at the last exhibition should matter for how we judge this match, not for their head-to-head stats. Well, look, you can judge that if you want. I think exhibitions are not, especially when Alcaraz plays exhibitions, I don't think they should be considered because he doesn't take them seriously. So I don't think you can say, well, Alcaraz lost a match in an exhibition because I think he's lost matches like the Tiafo and stuff in exhibitions. So, and yeah, I know Big Fo's taken matches or sets off him before, but I don't think the exhibitions when Alcaraz plays should be taken seriously because Alcaraz doesn't play them seriously. You know what I mean? Can Djokovic come back? I don't know. I'm not watching it. Sinner is the current king of hard courts and Alcaraz king of grass and clay. Yeah, they're probably I wouldn't say, they're the best on those surfaces for sure. But the prize was worth twice as much as a slam? Okay. Alcaraz king of grass is a wild take. Well, king... That's why I said he's the current best on grass. Yeah, the king of grass, Djokovic is still around, right? But I think Alcaraz is the current best player on grass. Are they on court? Not yet, because they are... I think they're finishing up the doubles ceremony. This is the highest profile in their final match up to date, right? Yeah, this is the biggest match they've played. Biggest final they've played. You can say that the semis of the French was a bigger match, or more important match, but this is the biggest final they've ever played. Cam, I'm so nervous. Please talk about DVDs to really... I haven't got any new DVDs. I want to go get some next week, but... Sinner isn't losing 4 times in a row to Carlos? Okay. Sinner's back on crazy. Any update on Sinner's foot or leg? Well, he has a blister on his foot. That's the last I heard of it. I don't know if it's going to affect him today or not, but yeah, he does have a blister on his foot. He confirmed that the other day. Love that we're getting a Sincraz final. The second Sinner returns. I know, right? Chat, the second Sinner, like, it's so funny. Like, anybody who is calling for Sinner to be out for 6 months or a year, and like, you know, when he got 3 months was like adamant that he, like, oh no, it should have been longer. Did you really enjoy the 3 months he was gone? Like, I don't know if anybody really enjoyed tennis that much. I mean, yeah, okay, if you're a Draper fan, you had something to cheer for. Alcaraz did well at times. But I mean, the last 3 months, if you're just a tennis fan, it was incomplete. It felt incomplete. The standard dropped dramatically. Players were losing all over the place for no reason, just random out of nowhere. And the second the man comes back who dominated the tour beforehand, everybody got better. Zverev makes a quarterfinal. Alcaraz makes the final. Draper, he was already doing well, but he keeps his form, right? Musetti keeps his form, right? But it just felt like everybody did so much better in Rome than like collectively. Because, yeah, Zverev's had weeks where he's been good and bad, and Alcaraz has had good and bad weeks, and everybody else has had, like, you know, on and off. But this week, the day Sinner comes back, everybody steps up and plays their best game to get to the stages of the tournament, right? Coincidence? I don't know. But if he didn't play, would we be having these awesome matchups as much as we have? I don't know. Probably not. The number one comes back and everyone starts paying attention and playing properly. It's crazy. It's so crazy. It's not a coincidence? I don't think it is either. I don't think it is either. Two and three Sinner wins, all right. Fair enough. Look, it doesn't matter what the result is today. Every time these guys play, we learn something new. And if it is a straight sets win to either guy, that's something we haven't seen in this matchup. So that would be interesting. It would probably be more interesting if Alcaraz smacks Sinner. That would be more interesting. 2 and 2 for Alcaraz would be wild, right? This crowd would not know what to do. But, I mean, yeah, whatever the result is, I don't think it's just going to be, it's going to be interesting. Like, there's no bad chapters in this book. If Alcaraz wins, congrats, but I'm just here to enjoy some good tennis. Oh, yeah, let's hope the standard's good. We don't want to have a low-quality match. If Sinner pulls this title win, do you think it'll cement him as the best clay court player right now? Depends how he wins. If he wins in straights, and it's kind of easy, you got to think he is. But if he wins in 3, it's probably still up for debate, right? There'll be no bakery today, okay. Sinner in 2, but if it goes 3, then Alcaraz, okay. Players should be coming out on court any second. Alcaraz's family in the house. I think they're going to do they're doing the national anthem or something. No, people are just standing up to let people go through and sit down. Okay. Well, people are sitting in other people's chairs. That's awkward. Crowd advantage for Sinner, yeah. But I don't think it's a disadvantage for Alcaraz. You know, like, there's some players that, like, when the crowd is not with them, it's a disadvantage. Or when the crowd is for the other guy. But Alcaraz, I don't think the crowd being on Sinner's side is going to affect him. At least it shouldn't affect him, right? He's played Americans in New York, right? He's played... What else is he? He's played players in their backyards and done fine. So I don't think the crowd's going to affect Alcaraz as much as it's going to help Sinner. But the thing is, I don't even think that crowd is going to help Sinner that much because Sinner doesn't really interact with the crowd the same way as some other players do, right? So I don't know if the crowd's going to make a difference. It might be nice for Sinner to have that support, but I don't think Sinner could play in a hostile environment and react the exact same way. Show no emotion and just be ice cold. Whereas I think if this was in Spain, you would say the crowd would be good for Alcaraz. It would be a good thing for Alcaraz, but I don't think it's a bad thing for Alcaraz to be here, and I don't think it's a great thing for Sinner to have the crowd because he doesn't really need the crowd to do stuff. He wins without the crowd, He plays the same with or without the support. And also, I feel like if Alcaraz is playing well, the crowd's going to respect that anyway. Sinner definitely feels more German than Italian. I don't think if he played in Germany, though, he'd be like yelling and screaming. Do you think Alcaraz could potentially beat Federer at his best on clay? I don't know. Crowd is going to respect both and be happy we get a good matchup. Yeah, obviously they're going to go for Sinner more, but I don't think they're going to boo Alcaraz. That would be insane. Zero.
Thanks for commentary. Pray always appreciate it.
No worries. Thank you, Zero. Carlo.
We've seen them play before, but this feels like the first time. Again, it feels different.
Yeah. I get what you're saying. It's, yeah. Like, we haven't seen these guys play since Beijing last year, which was huge. That match was huge. Carlos was down in the tiebreak, came back to win. It was epic. Obviously, he's won the last 3 matches. But it does feel, it's kind of interesting, chat, because it's like, and I've said this before, ever since the US Open, up until probably Sinner got banned, there was just this dark cloud for me over the sport. We didn't know whether or not Sinner was going to be banned. We didn't know what the process was. We were just like, we're confused. We were going, and then the Swiatek thing came up, and we're like, what the hell's going on? But then when he got the sentence or the agreement, whatever you want to call it, and he took the 3 months, it kind of cleared the air. And then now, like with Sinner coming back and we get this match, tennis is back, right? We're back. All that crap's gone. It's behind us. Hopefully never to be shit seen again. Hopefully none of that happens anymore. But it is like the first time. It's like the tennis is back. The sport is back. We're back. Everyone's pretty much playing, we're back. And we can kind of like put all that mess behind us, All pressure on Carlos. Sinner first tournament back, so Alcaraz needs to win them more. Yeah, but he's not the favourite, so the pressure's on the favourite. All right, here we go. I think the players are about to come out on court. Here we go. I think the players are about to enter the court. Oh, no, they're doing a... By the way, chat, I didn't mention this yesterday, and I apologise. The lady that was singing yesterday, We Are the Champions, after the Palini win, is also blind. She's playing a piano and singing to a crowd of thousands, and she also cannot see. That is an amazing achievement. That's amazing. That is amazing. Yesterday, she was already like killing it with that song choice, but she also does not have any sight. She just got, and I didn't know that yesterday because I didn't see her sit down, but they just got, she had a guide to help her sit down. So that's incredible. So she's singing, I think the anthem. I think she's starting everyone's on their feet. So I'm going to assume that it's the national anthem of Italy. And then the players will come out on court. God, packed stadium too, chat. This feels like a final of a French Open. Like this is a big deal. This is a big deal. This is a big, big deal. By the way, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. We're almost at 239K, so thank you for that. Join us for the French Open starting this time next week. This time next week, we will be watching Roland Garros. What's her name? I don't know what her name is. I'm sorry. They didn't put her name on the screen, unfortunately. Someone in the chat might know, though. Who do you think will be more nervous in this match? I think Sinner will be more nervous, but he won't show it. If Sinner wins, does the Pope tweet out congrats? I don't know. Does the Pope even tweet? I don't even know. Anyone know why it's delayed? Because they had a doubles final and it was a little bit longer than they expected. Match will start in the next 10 minutes. That's amazing. Good work. She killed it. The crowd went crazy. I wonder if she can hear the crowd. She has headphones on so that she can hear her own piano playing. But that's incredible. Some people can do amazing things despite limitations. It's crazy. That is a. I can't most of us couldn't play piano at all and sing. I mean, God. It should probably be back to if Sinner wins the title like she was yesterday. All right, here we go. Players are about to walk out on court. Can we go to Wimbledon this year? I don't live in England. I live in Australia, so I'm definitely not going. Have I watched any DVDs yet? Yeah, I watched Kill Bill 1 and 2 yesterday. I think tomorrow I'm going to try and find the materials to build my DVD stand. And then I can go go find more movies to fill out the DVD stand. That's my plan. And then we'll watch Djokovic next week too at some point. Did I watch Eurovision? Nope. I did not. I was here. I was streaming. I didn't have any time. All right. Ooh, Chad. I see him. They're standing right there. Oh, Carlos is walking. Oh. Oh, it's happening, Chad. It's about to begin. Linda.
I'm in Italy right now, awaiting my train back to Milan.
Nice.
If I could change my travel plans and get to Rome for the tennis right now, I would. Though Alcaraz...
Thank you, Linda, for the 10. All right, chat. They're about to walk out on court. Here we go. This is what it's all about, chat. This is what it's all about. By the way, thank you, Male Cat, for the 13 months. Appreciate it. Thank you, Starkey, for becoming a member as well. All right. Here we go. Alcaraz walks out on court. And the crowd give him a light round of applause because he is not Italian. They're saving their applause for the other guy. Finally, chat, tennis is back, baby. It is back. Oh, the crowd get loud now. Here comes Sinner. Everyone goes crazy. Everyone's going crazy. Hey, Linear, thank you for the 5 gifted. Appreciate it. It is, tennis is so back. It is so back. Here we go. Let's see how this match plays. Who needs to win the first, chat? Who do you think needs to win the first set? I mean, kind of first thoughts are Alcaraz, but maybe if Sinner's dealing with a foot blister, maybe he needs to win the first set. The first set will be very important. Maybe it's not so much who wins the first set, but how the first set is won. You know? All right, players are about to warm up. Oh, chat, I mean, look, it's not Nadal Djokovic, but it's the modern day version. It's not, look, and I hope it's as good as what it is. I mean, they played 10 times already, which is we're nowhere near 60 times, but it's not a bad start. I mean, they're still young. 10 times at this age. I don't know how many times Nadal and Djokovic had played at this stage in their lives. Maybe they'd played 10 times too, but I mean, this is the Nadal Djokovic of the next decade. Like, this is it. We're watching that rivalry. This is the rivalry. It's called Sincraz. It's already got a nickname. If it's got a nickname, nobody calls it Zvermedvedev. Nobody says Sitsidev. No, we didn't say that shit for that. We didn't say Zvev. Like, we didn't make up names for them because it wasn't as important as this. Sincraz, it also is catchy and rolls off the tongue. That is real. This is the rivalry. Those rivalries are good. They're good. This rivalry is all time. We're going to remember this one in 40 years, 50 years. This got to be the rivalry that we remember from the 2020s. This one. This is the rivalry of this decade. All right, here we go. They're just showing how they got there. They both dropped one set along the way, but they've also both won a lot of big matches in straight sets against big guys. I mean, Draper and Musetti back-to-back in straight sets for Alcaraz is a great run. Obviously, the Rude match for Sinner was crazy. Sinner won the toss and is going to serve? Okay. Well, Sinner is going to serve. All right. Here we go. Players are just warming up. Sinner in the all black. Alcaraz in the all purple. You couldn't get two totally different outfits. I mean, chat, this is the rivalry of the decade, but it's so good because they're so different. They are so different in the way they dress, in the way they react to winning points, in the way they conduct themselves on the court. They couldn't be any different. One guy is as cold as ice, and the other guy is loud, and he makes noise, and he celebrates. One's in all the black, one's in all the brightness. You know, it's all business for Sinner, and Alcaraz looks like he's going to go to a rave. He's even wearing a nose strip, whatever that means. They're just warming up. Cold as ice for Sinner and hot with emotion, Alcaraz. That's it. It is fire and ice. And I know that was saved for Borg and McEnroe, but it is applicable here too. It is fire and ice. Alcaraz with 4 slams, Sinner with 3. I think they're both also, the title, 19 titles to 18 in favor of Sinner. The rivalry's 6-4, right? It's basically down the middle. You know, no one got off to a head start. I mean, Alcaraz won the last 3, but Sinner was leading before Alcaraz won the last 3, right? It was 4-3 Sinner, and then Alcaraz is now 6-4, right? It is the best rivalry in tennis. Active rivalry right now. All right. Last couple of warm-up serves, and then we party. And it goes without saying, today I will be ignoring the chat. Don't take it personal. It's because this match is too important to fluff around. We're not talking about Eurovision today. We're not talking about DVDs. We're not talking about anything else. It's Sinner versus Alcaraz. After the match, we can talk about that stuff. But while this is on, all business. Sinner is dominating the ATP ranking points. You're right. We are locked in. We are locked the hell in. That is shown the last clay court match because that 5-set epic at Roland Garros. Last serves have been served. And it is now time to begin. 1v3 this week. It'll be 1v2 next week. And it'll be 1-2 at the French. The best two players on the planet. And the biggest final they've ever played. They have played finals before. They played at a 250 level in a final. But this is totally different. Totally different. Who you got, chat? Give me your predictions. If you haven't watched the preview, then why not? Why didn't you watch the preview? Go watch the preview now. It's only like a minute. Quick, go watch it. 2 minutes. You got this. Alcaraz won the toss, elected to receive. Bold move. Let's see if it works out for him. Sinner's going to serve. Here we go. The shadows are awkward as hell, but hopefully that'll change in the next 30 minutes. The crowd is packed. There's a lot of orange. There's a lot of orange in the crowd. It's a Dutch crowd. Serve. There's a fault for Sinner. Second serve. Second serve. And as the backhand return goes wide by Alcaraz, he shanks the first shot. All right. First point in the bag. Goes to Sinner. 15 love. Sinner serves again. He serves a fault. Second serve. Serve to the backhand of Alcaraz. Backhand of Sinner. Into the forehand of Alcaraz. Sinner with a forehand again to the forehand of Alcaraz. A Sinner on the stretch. Hits it long and it's 15-0. Alcaraz is going to make Sinner move unlike anyone else has done this week. He's going to hit better angles than anyone else has hit. He's going to hit drop shots that Sinner's going to have to run for. He's going to move Sinner around like he hasn't been moved around in this during this week. 15-0. Serves an ace down the tee. 30-15. 30-15. Serve again. 30-15. Gil said Alcaraz will win. Well, I concur. As the return goes out by Alcaraz, 40-15. Tennis is so back. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Tennis is so back. 40-15. Sinner with a serve. Is a fault. Second serve. Second serve, double fault. No, 40-30. Double fault for Sinner. The nerves are real. All right, serve again. (40-30). Sinner serves again. The back of Alcaraz, return goes long, and Sinner holds. 1-love. Sinner, first game of the final. 1-0. Now, Alcaraz's serve is obviously going to be a massive factor, because that is something that does sometimes let him down. So we'll see whether or not today he can serve. He can serve well. All right. 1-love Sinner. Sinner's parents in the house. And they are stoic. Stoic as their son. As Alcaraz serves. As the return goes in, the forehand Sinner, forehand from Alcaraz. Again, the forehand Sinner who shanks it long, and it's 15-love. 15-love. As Alcaraz serves again. And it's a fault, second serve. Second serve into the back in the Sinner. Return goes forehand of Alcaraz. Sinner wins the point. Alcaraz overhits it. 15-0. $15-all. As Alcaraz serves again. Into the forehand of Sinner. Return the backhand of Alcaraz. Sinner. Slice. Goes long. 30-15. $35. Alcaraz's parents in the house as well. Alcaraz's dad is already sweating up a storm. He's sitting in the sun. Someone get that guy a hat. As the return goes in the forehand of Alcaraz. 4 now on the stretch. No. Alcaraz went wide. 30-all. 30-all. Chance for a break point. Potentially. 30-all. As Alcaraz serves. Into the forehand of Sinner. Return goes forehand of Alcaraz. Sinner ran the wrong way. Alcaraz gets him. 40-30. 40-30. 40-30. Chance for Alcaraz to get on the board straight away. 40-30. As the return goes in from Sinner to the backhand of Alcaraz. Sinner backhand to the backhand of Alcaraz. A Sinner forehand inside out is a winner, and it's deuce. Sinner gets to deuce. Now we get the deuce. As Alcaraz says, a fault. Second serve. As a return from Sinner goes wide, and it's advantage Alcaraz. If not for tennis streaming, what would you be doing? I'd probably be tennis coaching or something else. Running a video store that also sells records and other physical media in a hipster part of town. As we find out from Alcaraz, the backhand of Sinner. Sinner goes wide. It's 1-1. 1-1. Alcaraz holds. Return to architecture. Maybe I will. Maybe I will. Maybe I will. Maybe I will tomorrow then. Or maybe I won't. Maybe I'll. Maybe I won't. All right, 1-1. As we're going to back it for Alcaraz on the stretch. Into the forward of Sinner. Sinner overhits it. And it is 1. So it's love 15. 1-1. Okay. Love 15. Alcaraz can't get that one. Nice serving from Sinner. 15-all. 15-all. Sinner serves again. Serve again. Into the forehand of Alcaraz. Forehand of Sinner down the line. Alcaraz backhand on the stretch. Sinner backhand into the forehand of Alcaraz. Sinner backhand again. Into the forehand of Alcaraz. A Sinner again to the forehand of Alcaraz. Sinner on the stretch. Goes down the line. Alcaraz with the backhand crossing the net. It's 30-15. 30-15. Obviously, my dog is finding this match riveting. $30-15. As Sinner serves. Down the tee, the front of Alcaraz. Alcaraz goes wide on the return, and it's 40-15. 40-15. As a return. Goes in the forehand of Sinner, backhand from Alcaraz, into the backhand of Sinner. Is Alcaraz backhand slice. Sinner forehand, inside out of the backhand of Alcaraz, again to the forehand of Sinner. Is Alcaraz forehand again to the forehand of Sinner. Sinner in the net, 40-30. Hey, Franco, thank you for becoming a member. Appreciate that. I know I butchered your name and I'm so sorry, but I appreciate you becoming a member. All right. $40-30. As a return, goes into the forehand of Sinner. Forehand of Alcaraz on the stretch. Sinner forehand cross again to the forehand of Alcaraz. Alcaraz in the net. 2-1 Sinner as he holds. 2-1. All right. Sinner holds strong. 2-1. How we doing, chap? I'm actually excited. Pure tennis fan excitement. Oh, yeah. This match is it. This is it. It's the match that we stay awake for. It's the match that we had hoped we'd get, but we never thought we would. We never thought, well, we did. We had hoped for it. We had hoped that we would. And we haven't. Will it deliver, though? That is the question. Will it be the epic that we had seen before? Or will it be the first time that we don't get a great match? Let's hope that it's not the second part. So apparently Chad Dasher and Raducanu are playing at stupid o'clock tomorrow, which is really nice. This time tomorrow, we'll be watching that. Obviously, we have to watch Dasher and Raducanu. I mean, that's a banger. All right. 2-1. I have no idea who these social media influencers are in the front row, but I'm sure you can... Who the hell are these people? They're obviously... I think they're... Wait, no, they're from the band. They're from that Eurovision band. Who sang that... That's who they are, right? I know who they are, right? That's who they are, right? Am I right? Yeah, Maneskin, right? That's them. That was them? Was that... Yeah, it was? God, I take it back. That's a great band. And it makes sense. They're Italian. Anyways, Love 15. Yeah, they're like the guitarist or something. They're in that band. There you go. I like their music. Anyways, Love 15. Into the backhand return out of the forehand of Alcaraz. Sinner backhand. Into the forehand of Alcaraz. Backhand from Sinner again to the forehand of Alcaraz. Sinner with a slice in the net. 15-0. Stick to your knitting. Why don't you stop being so mean? 15-0. I'm going to actually listen to their music now. Not now, but after stream. After the match. Anyways, 15-0. As Alcaraz puts it in the net on the good return from Sinner. And it's 30-15. Sorry, 15-30. 15-30. It's a bassist and the guitarist. Yeah, yeah. 15-30. As a default, second serve. Second serve, the back of the Sinner return is long and it's 30-0. Maneskin shouldn't have won. Didn't they win? I thought they won in 2021, right? I'm sure they won Eurovision 2021. Or 2022. I'm pretty sure. They won, right? Anyways, 40-30. Alcaraz with a good serve. Yeah, because it was in Italy. They won in 21. See, Chad, I know something about something. 40-30. As Alcaraz serves a fault. Second serve. Second serve in the backhand of Sinner. Backhand of slice from Alcaraz. Goes into the forehand of Sinner. As Alcaraz backhand into the backhand of Sinner. Into that Alcaraz backhand. As Sinner with the forehand to the forehand of Alcaraz on the stretch. Sinner gets it. And goes again to the forehand of Alcaraz. Down the line now to the backhand of Sinner. Off the tape goes in. Alcaraz with the slice. Goes in the net. Sinner says sorry. And we get the deuce. And the crowd don't care if he hit the net. They're going to celebrate anyway. They don't care if it was accidental. They're going to take the point. All right, deuce. We get to deuce. Mats Wilander in the house. He's been there pretty much all week. Did Mats win this title? I'm sure he did. Dude was a clay court king. As Alcaraz with a good serve gets to advantage. Mats Wilander did win this title in 1987. In 1987, he won this title. He beat Martin Jate in the final in straight sets. That is all. Advantage to Alcaraz as the return goes out by Sinner. It's 2-0. 2-2. Two all. Now, chat, let me go through some records of this tournament just while we're here. Youngest champion of this event, Bjorn Borg, 17 years old and 11 months back in 1974. Oldest champion, 38-year-old Bill Tilden back in the 1930s. And just think, Bill Tilden was American, and 1930s would have been really hard to get to Europe back then, so I'm sure he took a boat. Most titles, Rafa with 10. Most finals, Djokovic, Rafa with 12 apiece. Most runners-up, Djokovic with 6. Most consecutive finals, Rafa won 3 in a row back in the 2000s. Most consecutive finals, Rafa made 6 finals in a row back in the early 2010s. Most matches played here, Djokovic with 78. Most matches won here, Rafa with 70. Most consecutive match wins, 17 by Rafa. Most editions played, 22 by Nicola Petrangeli, the Italian. Best winning percentages, tied between Laver and Borg, 93.75 winning percentage of matches here. Longest final, 2006 between Federer and Nadal, 57 games. Shortest final between Rafa Nadal and Roger Federer, 2013, 16 games. So Nadal have the longest and the shortest match or shortest finals in this tournament of all time. 15-0. But of course, 57 games when they used to play 5-setters here. Which that will never get broken because unless they go back to 5 sets finals, it'll never be broken. Winner of this tournament wins €985,030. Runner-up wins €523,870. You get 1,000 points for the win. I think you get 650 for the runner-up. As that goes out by Alcaraz on the return, 30-15. 30-15. 30-15. Burn through all your stats in 2 minutes. Nope, there's plenty more stats, don't you worry. All right, first serve is a fault, second serve. Second serve. 30-15 as Alcaraz return the back into Sinner. Sinner hits it out. 30-all. 30-all. Sinner serves again. Alcaraz, we're going to try and get a break point here. Sinner serves. Into the forehand of Alcaraz. Alcaraz in the net. 40-30. 40-30. 40-30. Serve again. Out wide of the backhand of Alcaraz. Return the backhand to Sinner. Down the line of the forehand of Alcaraz. Sinner. Forehand to the forehand again of Alcaraz. Sinner forehand of the stretch. Hits a slice. Alcaraz gets it back. Sinner on the stretch again with a forehand, but it goes long and we get to deuce. We get to deuce. Alcaraz looking for that break point. We get the deuce. What's the tiebreak records between them? We'll talk about that if we get there. All right, deuce. And we decided into the backhand slice of Alcaraz. It goes long on the return. And Sinner gets to advantage. Advantage Sinner. Serve again. Sinner to take back the lead. There's a fault. Second serve. There's a return. Goes the backhand of Sinner. Oh, Sinner in the net. We get back to deuce. We get to deuce. Oh, we get the deuce. The guy on the phone doesn't deserve to have a ticket to the match. Yeah, chat. I know that like this is probably some like, you know, hippie take or whatever you want us to call it. But if you ever do go to a tennis event or go to anything, a concert, anything like that, just turn your phone off. You don't need it. You can take photos with it, I guess, but just be there. Just, you know, don't use your phone. You don't need to. Soak it in. Enjoy it. As Alcaraz hits that one out. Sorry, Sinner hit it wide and it's advantage Alcaraz. My bad. Sinner hit it out. Alcaraz hit it out off the Sinner out. Advantage Alcaraz. Especially at concerts. Why film the whole thing? You're missing out. Yeah, and you're not going to use those videos anyway. Serve is a let. Like, you're not going to look back at those videos and go, yeah, I remember that. You're just going to be like, oh, yeah, I was there. You're not going to remember it. Or if you are going to go to those events, take like a 1990s video camera or something. Like take a 2000s little DV camera, or what are they called? You know? Take one of those. Be way more fun. Anyways, return goes out. I'm sure you won't get in with that. As that goes out by Alcaraz, we're back to deuce. Be present, chat. Be present. You don't use your phone in the movie theater. So don't need to use it at a concert. Unless they want you to turn the light on the back and you wave it around. Do that with it. You know, maybe that's why you use your phone. They don't let those in anymore. I tried. Fair enough. It's kind of wild that they let phones in then. Because they're better cameras. Anyway, backhand in the net by Alcaraz and it's advantage Sinner. Advantage Sinner to take the lead again. You talk too much? I mean, that's the point. Advantage Sinner. And with a serve. The backhand of Alcaraz. Backhand of Sinner. Into the backhand slice of Alcaraz. A Sinner forehand. Into that Alcaraz forehand. Into that Sinner forehand. As we get a backhand from Alcaraz cross court. Into the backhand of Sinner. Again to the Alcaraz backhand on the stretch. He pushes it wide. And Sinner leads 3-2. 3-2. All right. 3-2. That guy types too much. Got him. All right, 3-2. What's going on, Ryan? How you doing? Welcome to Tennis Meditations. Okay. All right, cool. Great tennis is starting to show up. Yeah, it's getting interesting. Things are getting interesting. Yeah, be that guy on the TV chat who was just sitting there like enjoying the time. Not a phone in his hand. He probably doesn't even have a phone. He rocked up with no phone. Easy win for Sinner, you reckon? Okay. We'll see. Early match has been pretty high quality already. Yeah. It's been intense. Hope all's great your way. Yeah, things are going. Sinner will break, hold, then break, win the set, okay? This match is going to be 3 tiebreak sets. That would be insane. That would be insane. And amazing. W. Sinner. Okay. I'm cat sitting and watching as a guest on their huge TV. Keep those rants and stats coming. Right? Don't worry, there's plenty of more stats where that came from. Your heart is with Sinner, but your mind says Alcaraz. Mine or yours? Okay, 3-2. Sinner with the lead, and Alcaraz goes down the line, and it goes in. Great shot by Alcaraz. 15 love. 15 love. And Sinner gives him a round of applause. 15 love. Serve out wide the backhand of Sinner, return the net. 30 love. I have a maths test tomorrow, and I'm watching this instead. Priorities. You have a calculator. You don't need math. Just use your phone. You don't need to know no math. You don't need to know math. Don't worry about it. What are you going to be, a mathematician? What are you going to be? What are you going to be when you grow up? You don't need math, unless you want to be math guy or whatever. Just use your phone. 30 love. Watch the tennis and then, learn the equations or whatever. Bad advice. Go study. Go study. Anyways, good drop shot from Alcaraz. 40 love. 40 love. 40 love. Lovely drop shot winner there from Alcaraz. 40 love. Serve out is out by Carlos. Second serve. Second serve is then the drop shot from Sinner is too good. And it's 40-15. Nice work by Jannik Sinner. 40-15. 40-15. Beautiful drop shot. Pick up by Sinner. And had a little side spin as well, so Alcaraz wasn't going to get there. 40-15. Jeez, that was a smooth drop shot. By the way, Alcaraz, he hit the drop shot and then ran backwards. That's why he couldn't get there. So Sinner just outsmarting Carlos in that rally. All right. Alcaraz, 40-15. As he serves a fault. Second serve. Second serve. To the backhand of Sinner. Backhand of Alcaraz goes into the backhand slice of Sinner, but Sinner in the net. 3-all. Alcaraz holds. 3-all. All right, back to Sinner. By the way, 32 minutes played. 3 games all. It has been a tense time. 3-3. Cam went to school, but it did not help. Now he is watching tennis only. How do you know that? 3-3. As that goes in the net from Alcaraz on the return. 15 love. I went to art school and learned how to finger paint, so joke's on you. I passed. 15 love. As we serve from Sinner. Into the backhand of Alcaraz. Return goes in the forehand of Sinner. Alcaraz forehand. Into the forehand of Sinner. Down the line the backhand of Alcaraz. A Sinner backhand. Into the backhand of Alcaraz. A Sinner. Backhand again to the forehand of Alcaraz. Into the forehand of Sinner. And that goes in net by Sinner. 15-0. 15-all. All right, serve again. 15-all. Serve again by Sinner. The forehand of Alcaraz. Forehand from Sinner down the line is a winner in the corner, and it's 30-15. Beautiful shot from Sinner. 30-15. Thirty-fifth. Sinner serves again. And it's a fault. Second serve. (30-15) second serve. Oh, double fault. 30-all. Alcaraz. Oh, sorry. Alcaraz hit it out, did he? Oh, I don't think he had fault. The hell? 40-15. Alcaraz hit it out. By the way, Alcaraz is at 9.8 shot quality on the... So it is 30. It was a double fault. I was right. Stupid. All right. As we're going to find out from Alcaraz, 30-odd, and then send it backhand down line winner. By the way, 9.8 shot quality for Alcaraz in this set so far. That's crazy. It's out of 10, by the way. 9.8 out of 10. That's near perfect. I didn't need a calculator for that math equation. It's near it's this close to perfect. See, 9.8 out of 10. Almost perfect. See? I can math. 40-30, Sinner with the backhand winner. And he looks to get the lead. Good job, Cam. Thank you. Appreciate it. Pat me on the back. As that goes out by Alcaraz on the return, and Sinner leads 4-3. 4-3. Four to three. Imagine typing in all caps. Yeah. That's embarrassing. What is it, 2019? Embarrassing. Nobody writes in all caps anymore. Tennis is all about winning the important points. That is correct. Alcaraz will win. Okay. 9.8 is insane. Yeah. That is insane. That is insane. Federer would have had an 11.8. Okay. Do you miss Rafa? Of course. I think everyone misses Rafa. Chat, do you miss Rafa? Yes or no? I think everybody misses Rafa, just like we miss Federer and we miss Murray and we miss all the great players that we've watched. I miss 2023 Novak, okay. Well, that's fair enough. A lot of people missing Rafa. Okay, 4-3. Sinner with the lead. So far, this has been a classic Alcaraz versus Sinner matchup. No breathing room. Verstappen is king. What happened? Did he win? Is it a fault? Second serve. Second serve. As a return from Sinner goes in the backhand of Alcaraz. Sinner backhand to the forehand of Alcaraz. As Sinner... Oh, Alcaraz overhit it. Sinner wins a point. Love 15. Love 15. Alcaraz just missed long. Love 15. Serve again. We've only had the one break point so far in this one. Chat, does my hair look like this the whole time? Why didn't you tell me? It's embarrassing. Why didn't you warn me that I look like a psycho? Love 15. Alcaraz serves into the backhand of Sinner. Return goes long. 15 all. $15. Chat, these are great headphones. I'm not going to tell you what they are because I'm not a sponsor, but $15. As the return goes the backhand of Sinner. Forehand from Alcaraz. Into the forehand of Sinner, who shanks it. And it goes long. 15-30. 30-15. I can still hear her. 30-15. Those headphones got me through 10-hour flight. 30-15. $30-15. A fault from Alcaraz. Second serve. Second serve. Sinner returns to the forehand of Alcaraz. Sinner with the forehand of the stretch. Goes wide. And it's 40-15. Alcaraz for the game and level at 4-all. Do you play tennis or do you only watch? I have zero time to do anything else. So unfortunately, I do not play it right now. I wish I could. I wish I did. But I just don't have the time. As the return goes in the forehand of Alcaraz, slice from Sinner. Alcaraz with a drop, with a slice shot, and then the backhand goes wide. It looked like Alcaraz was going to hit a drop shot. He tricked me. Hit a slice instead, and it was effective. 4-all. 4 games all. All right, back to Sinner. All right, serve from Sinner. As Alcaraz hits a return, but it's no good. 15 love. $15-all. $15-all. As the forehand goes down the line from Sinner to the backhand of Alcaraz. Sinner backhand into the backhand of Alcaraz. Sinner with the forehand of the stretch. Alcaraz forehand down the line. Sinner's got it with the backhand into the forehand of Alcaraz. And Alcaraz overhits it. 30 love. 30 love. $30 love. Serve again. As a return goes in from Alcaraz, the forehand of Sinner. Alcaraz hits a forehand wide, 40 love. 40 love. This is nothing like a match between Nadal and Djokovic. Okay. 40 love. Serving to the back of Alcaraz, and Alcaraz hits it wide. All right, 5-4. Sinner holds. Stays in front. All right. Nole Rafa rivalry, GOAT of rivalries. Vidal was better. You can have more titles, but not going against the best at their best is important. Okay. What are we doing? What are we trying to do here? What are we doing here? What's going on? What are we doing? What are we talking about? I wasn't listening. All right. 5-4. Sinner leads. Serve of Sinner is keeping him in the match. It's keeping him in the front, yeah. If no break points, these are going to be tie breaks. That is true. I'm so nervous I can't enjoy the match. I care too much. Yeah. I think a lot of people feel that way today. Alcaraz is playing well, though. I mean, look, they're both playing well. They're both serving well. There's only been one break point, so they've had some crazy rallies. It's a very intense final right now. Okay. Alcaraz serving to stay in the set. 5-4 Sinner. Serving the forehand Sinner. Return goes long. 15 love. 15 love. As we're going to serve again. Into the back into Sinner. Return goes to front of Alcaraz here. It's a drop shot. It's too good. 30 love. 30 love. 30 love. By the way, for somebody named the tennis GOAT, you're making a lot of incorrect predictions, and then you're like, you keep changing your mind. Sinner's going to win. Sinner's going to win. Now he's going to win this time. Now he's going to win like this. Now he's going to win like that. 30 love. You can't make 5 predictions. That's not fair. Got to make one prediction. You can't say 6-4, 6 love after you said 6-3, 6-4. You can't change your mind every time you're wrong. That's not how it works. You got to pick one and stick to it, right? Just say Sinner. Don't have to give the scores. It's fine. Just say Sinner's going to win and then go with that, all right? Don't make score predictions. Otherwise, you're going to be wrong. It's going to be really hard to predict. 40 love. First serve is a fault. Second serve. Or just say Sinner in straights. Like, that's way, like a much broader prediction. And it's better to do that. Don't. If you're specific, then it's not going to work. Because 5-0 and every 6-4, you said 6-4 Sinner, and that's you're wrong. So, but I mean, we could give you another retry. Did they get another? Should we give them another chance to predict? I don't know. Anyways, 5-0. 5-0. Sinner to serve. Sinner serves. 5-5. And they're serving to the back of Alcaraz, but it's a fault by Sinner. Serve again. Sinner serves again. First serve was a let, second serve was a fault, third serve. Serve in the backhand of Alcaraz. Good return the backhand of Sinner as Alcaraz backhand down the line. Sinner's there with the forehand. Alcaraz with a slice. Into the forehand of Sinner. As Alcaraz backhand cross court in the net. Ugh. 15 love. 15 love. $15 love. Serve again. Into the forehand of Alcaraz. Forehand from Sinner to the forehand of Alcaraz. A Sinner. Again to the forehand of Alcaraz, and Alcaraz overhits it. 30 love. 30 love. By the way, we're almost at 1,000 likes as well, so thank you for that. Also, don't forget to subscribe. We have Roland Garros coming up this time next week. We'll be watching the French Open. So make sure you join us for that. Also, we're almost at 239K as well. 250 by the end of the year. That's a goal, $250,000 by the end of the year. That is the goal. First serve is a fault. Second serve. Serve to the forehand of Alcaraz. Return the net. 40 love. 40 love. By the way, tournament directors in the house. 40 love. And as the return goes into the forehand of Sinner, backhand of Alcaraz into the backhand of Sinner as Alcaraz with a forehand to the backhand of Sinner as Alcaraz forehand cross. Sinner gets it and hits it out. 40-15. $40-15. All right, 40-15. And Sinner serves again. Nope. Now Sinner serves. Into the forehand of Alcaraz. Return the backhand of Sinner. Alcaraz forehand into the forehand of Sinner. Again to the forehand of Alcaraz. Sinner again to the Alcaraz forehand. But Alcaraz hits it out. All right, 6-5. Sinner holds. And Alcaraz is going to have to play a tiebreak if he's going to win this set. It's been an intense match, chat. Not so different to how the Olympic final went. You know, the gold medal match when it was like neck and neck the entire time and no one really ran away with it. Now, Chad, I'm probably I know what you're all thinking. Give us some stats, Cam. We love stats. I know you love stats, Chad, and I love that. I love that you love stats because I also love stats. So, when Sinner wins the first set in this matchup, he has won 2 out of the 5 matches they've played. If he wins the first set, he's won 2 of the 5 that they've played. So not great. I mean, you would have thought if you win the first set, you'd be in a good position. But Alcaraz has come back from a set down the last 3 times they've played. Beijing final, Roland Garros semis, and also Indian Wells semis last year. He came back from a set down. So Alcaraz losing the first set, not a big deal. Sinner, when he loses the first set in this matchup, 2 wins, 4 losses. So again, if he loses the first set, Sinner, he can come back. He's done it twice before, including the match in Miami in 2023. But he has lost 4 times. So really, I mean, does that kind of make it feel like it doesn't matter if Sinner wins or loses the first set? Because either way, this match is so close that anything could happen. Is the first set not as important in the rivalry? Alcaraz, on the other hand, when he wins the first set, he's won 4 out of the 6. When he loses the first set, he's come back 3 out of 2. So you would say that if Alcaraz wins the first set, it's more likely that Alcaraz goes on to win the match. If Sinner wins the first set, maybe Sinner does need the first set then. Maybe Sinner does need the first set then. Doesn't mean Alcaraz is out of the match. But if Sinner loses the first set, more than likely he loses the match based on their head-to-head. As that goes out by Sinner, it's 15-love. 15-love. Serve again. To the backhand of Sinner. Return goes into the forehand of Alcaraz. Sinner gets the point. Alcaraz hits it wide. 15-0. 15-all. All right, 15-all. As a return from Sinner goes to the backhand of Alcaraz. Forehand from Sinner into the forehand of Alcaraz. Sinner forehand cross. Alcaraz gets on the stretch. And Sinner forehand down the line. Alcaraz gets there with the backhand. But overhits it. 15-30. We've only had one break point in this match so far. 15-30. 2 points away, Sinner, from taking this first set. 15-30. 15-30. Alcaraz serves. A fault. Second serve. To the backhand of Sinner. Return the backhand of Alcaraz. Sinner with a forehand. Into the forehand of Alcaraz. As Alcaraz hits it out. Set points for Sinner. 15-40. To steal the first set. 15-40. Alcaraz needs first serves. 15-40. Alcaraz to serve. 15-40. Serve from Alcaraz. Into the forehand of Sinner. Return the net. One save. 30-40. 30-40. 30-40. Serve again for Alcaraz. Set point number 2. Has got a fault. Second serve. There won't be anyone like Rafa and Novak. These guys are so temporary. Life is temporary. As a backhand return. Into the backhand of Alcaraz. Backhand of Sinner to the forehand of Alcaraz. As Sinner backhand. Again to the forehand of Alcaraz. Again to the backhand of Sinner. But he hits it wide. We get to deuce. Also, why not just enjoy what we got? Just enjoy this. Don't need to compare it to what used to be. Just enjoy it. Comparison is the thief of joy. So comparing this to the GOATs is going to just not be fun for you. Please stop putting scores in the chat. It's really annoying. Thank you. Deuce. As the return goes in the backhand of Alcaraz. Backhand of Sinner on the stretch. Alcaraz, forehand, again to the backhand of Sinner. As Alcaraz forehand cross court. Sinner gets it and hits it out. Advantage Alcaraz. To take us to the tiebreak. This shootout. He's already saved 2 set points. Do you know any Romanian tennis players? Yeah, Simona Halep. Ilie Nastase. Sorana Castello. Marius Chopel. Was he Romanian? Anyways, advantage to Alcaraz. Serve to the backhand of Sinner. Return goes to the backhand of Alcaraz. Sinner, backhand. Again to the backhand of Alcaraz. Sinner backhand again into the backhand of Alcaraz. And Sinner goes again to the backhand of Alcaraz. Now Sinner with a forehand. Down the line, Alcaraz is on the stretch. He can't get it. And Sinner gets back to deuce. Bianca Andreescu. Wait. She's Canadian. All right, deuce. And Alcaraz serves. To the forehand of Sinner. Good return. Alcaraz gets it. And then Sinner with a backhand cross. Alcaraz is there. Into the forehand of Sinner. Oh, I think Sinner hit it wide. Yeah, he did. It was a late call by Hawkeye. The crowd thought it was in. But Hawkeye said it was out. Advantage Alcaraz. Advantage Alcaraz. Serve again by Alcaraz. Into the forehand of Sinner. Forehand from Alcaraz again to the forehand of Sinner. As Alcaraz forehand again in the net. We're back to deuce. We get back to deuce. This is so stressful. Yeah. Deuce. As a default, second serve. As a return goes into the backhand, but it's out by Sinner, and it's advantage Alcaraz to get to the tiebreak. Advantage Alcaraz. Advantage Alcaraz. To take us to the tiebreak. As a return, goes into the forehand of Alcaraz. Forehand from Sinner to the forehand of Alcaraz. A Sinner forehand down the line to the backhand of Alcaraz. A Sinner backhand on the stretch. Alcaraz forehand. Hello, internet. And then eventually, Sinner hits it out. We're going to the tiebreak. Alcaraz with the vamos.
And now it's time for the
Okay. 6-6. Can Alcaraz turn the tables? Who you got, chat? Let me know. Who you got? Who you got? I am going with the correct answer. That's what I'm going with. A lot of people going with Sinner. A few Alcaraz, though. All right, Sinner backhand into the slice. Oh, no, backhand of Alcaraz. That's a good pass. And Sinner hits a volley in the net. 1-0 Alcaraz. By the way, only four times that these guys have been to the net combined. 2 times each. That's very weird. Not much net games going on today. Alcaraz with a mini break 1-0. And then he serves an ace. Okay. Carlos serving aces. All right, that's interesting. That was right in the corner too. Great serve. Great serve. All right, 2-0. 2-0. Alcaraz serves again. Another ace. Wow. Serve bot Carlos. He's got a big smile. He's like, yeah, 2 aces in a row, baby. Wow. That, by the way, didn't look like an ace. Hawkeye said it was in. Reality said it was out. I mean, that was it really in? I don't know. The mark looked like next to the line, not on the line. Anyways, Hawkeye said it was in, so it doesn't matter. 3-0. 3-love. Sinner serves. A fault. Second serve. As the return goes out by Alcaraz and Sinner's on the board. 3-1. 3-1. And Sinner serves again. And to serve into the forehand, but it's a let. Serve again. This one is a fault. Second serve. Serve to the backhand of Alcaraz. Return goes into the forehand of Sinner. There's Alcaraz forehand into the forehand of Sinner. Down the line, the backhand of Alcaraz on the stretch. Sinner backhand again to the backhand of Alcaraz. Sinner with a forehand into the forehand of Alcaraz. Again, goes in the net by Alcaraz. All right, 3-2. Alcaraz with the mini break, but Sinner holds. 3-2. By the way, chat, we're 1,000 likes. Thank you for that. Also, don't forget to subscribe as well if you haven't already. We're going to be here for the French Open. Starts in 7 days. But also next week, we're going to be watching a couple of matches too. So make sure you join us next week. We're going to watch Nole, and we're probably going to watch a little bit of the Strasbourg event as well with the ladies, because there's a lot of good tennis going on. A lot of good matches. A lot of players playing in Strasbourg, which is a bit strange, but watch it. Sinner hits a wide. 4-2. They change ends. 4-2. 4-2 Alcaraz. They change ends. Is that what you said when Alcaraz beat Rude at the US Open 22? What, that we're going to watch Djokovic next week? I don't remember. Did Djokovic play after that? I don't remember. I don't think Strasbourg was after the US Open 22 either, so I don't know if I said that either. Did I say What are you talking about? 4-2. You're confusing me. As Alcaraz serves. Oh, you weren't talking to me. My bad. Well, that's why I was confused. All right, 4-2. Alcaraz serves a fault. Second serve. Oh, double fault. We're back on serve. Carlos with 2 aces and a double fault in this tiebreak. 4-3, Carlos. 4-3, Alcaraz. Sinner serves. Sinner with a serve. Return off the tape by Alcaraz. Sinner comes in with a slice. Alcaraz backhand lob. Sinner with a smash, but it's wide. Alcaraz says sorry for the luck. 5-3. Alcaraz with the lead. He gets back that mini break. 5-3 Alcaraz. Five-3. The crowd can't believe it. They're in shock. 5-3. And there's a fault from Sinner. Second serve. Second serve. Into the forehand of Alcaraz. Return goes into the forehand of Sinner. Alcaraz forehand in the net. 5-4 to Carlitos. And Alcaraz is going to be serving for this set. 5-4. Alcaraz serving to take the set. Alcaraz serves. Fault. Second serve. Second serve. Into the backhand of Sinner. Return the forehand of Alcaraz. Sinner forehand on the stretch. Can't get it. 6-4 Carlos to take the first set. 1 hour and 10 minutes. Anyone want to make a Sinner joke? It's longer than the Sinner Rude match. It's true. It was. That match was only an hour and 5 minutes, I think. All right. 6-4. Serve is a fault. Now remember, Sinner also had 2 set points before the tiebreak. Remember that. Second serve. Into the forehand of Sinner. Return goes into the forehand of Alcaraz. To the backhand of Sinner. Alcaraz backhand. Again to the backhand of Sinner. Into the backhand of Alcaraz. Sinner backhand again. Into the backhand of Alcaraz on the stretch. It goes wide and Sinner gets back the mini break, but it's still set point for Alcaraz. 6-5 Alcaraz. (6-5) to Alcaraz. But it's on the Sinner serve. Sinner serves. To the body of Alcaraz. Return goes into the forehand of Sinner. Alcaraz forehand. Into the Sinner forehand. As Alcaraz with the forehand again. Now Sinner goes down the line. Alcaraz there with a backhand cross. Sinner's got it. With a backhand. Into the backhand of Alcaraz. It goes down the line. Sinner with a forehand pass. Alcaraz with the drop volley. Sinner gets it. But Alcaraz puts it away. Carlos points to his ear and then remembers he's in Rome. And he's like, nah, I'm just going to shout instead. He's like, nah, vamos. Nah, you're not going to cheer me anyway. Up yours. All right. First set, 7-6. Carlos takes it. He forgot where he was, all right? He just forgot where he was. Oh, wait, no, we're in Rome. You're not going to say anything. Ah! All right. First set in the bag goes to Carlitos. But Sinner looks, Sinner had chances. He had 2 set points. He probably should have won the set. Anyways, 5 winners from Sinner, 22 errors. 9 winners from Alcaraz, 19 errors. So both not their best tennis, but very, very close. No breaks of serve. The serving was okay, but very tight set. And Alcaraz takes it. Anonymous.
So happy I managed to join today. It's been a while. I miss this heart eyes.
Thank you for joining us, Anonymous. Thank you for the 10. Chat's on fire. What the hell? All right. First set in the bag to Charlie. Now, chat, I know what you're asking me. Cam, what is the stats when somebody wins the first set and somebody doesn't win the first set? Well, I'll tell you. I'll tell you right now. I'll tell you in a minute. Just give me 1 second. Just 1 second. Just let me... I'll tell you in a second. When Alcaraz wins the first set in 2025, 25 wins and 2 losses. Djokovic and Goffin are the only 2 players to come back from a set down against Carlos in this season. Sinner hasn't played as many matches this year. He's only played 12 matches. So when he loses the first set, he has come back twice. One was against Paul and one was against School Kate back at the Australian Open. So that is so Sinner has come back from a set down twice. Alcaraz has only lost 2 matches from a set up. The Goffin one's weird. All right. Carlos wins the first. Now, will he win the second? Because he has won a tiebreak close against Sinner before, and then he ran away with the second set. So let's see what happens now. Alcaraz to serve. Here's a fault. He's serving first to Alcaraz. Second serve. Second serve. As the return goes to forehand of Alcaraz. Backhand of Sinner. Into the backhand of Alcaraz. A Sinner backhand. Again to the backhand of Alcaraz. Sinner forehand cross. Alcaraz gets on the stretch. Sinner comes in with a volley and puts it away. Love 15. Love 15. Love 15. Where is Sinner's physio? Sitting in the stands with the coach. Why do you ask? Yeah, apparently he won the doubles as well, yeah. She won the singles and the doubles. Love 15. Serving to the backhand of Sinner. Return goes in the backhand of Alcaraz. Drop shot in the net by Carlos. Love 30. Ugly start for Charlie in the second. Love 30. Hey, thank you, Ronaldson, for becoming a member. And Carter Kia, thank you for the 32 months. Appreciate that. All right, love 30. Love 30. As Alcaraz serves again. Here's a fault. Second serve. Second serve. As a return, goes in the forehand of Alcaraz. Forehand from Sinner into the backhand of Alcaraz. Sliced into the backhand of Sinner. Alcaraz forehand cross. Sinner gets it. As Alcaraz backhand cross, or inside out, to that Sinner forehand. As Alcaraz now goes cross-court backhand to the backhand of Sinner. And Sinner overhits it. I think Alcaraz hit the line and it kind of kicked up and Sinner wasn't ready. 15-30. 15-30. $15.30. Serve again. As the return goes back into Alcaraz. Sinner with a slice. He almost ran into the sidelines. Man, that angle by Alcaraz was mean. That was a mean angle. Okay. 30 all. Yeah, Sinner ran into the advertising board. That's how good that angle was. 30 all. Serve again. Into the forehand of Sinner. And Sinner hits it out in the return. 40-30. 40-30. Alcaraz to take the first game of the second. 40-30. 40-30. As the return goes into the forehand of Alcaraz. Drop shot is good, but Sinner gets it. Alcaraz backhand pass. Goes wide. It was a lob, and it went wide. Hey, thank you, Jesus, for becoming a member as well. Appreciate that. Or is it Jesus? Am I missing? I hope I pronounced your name right. All right. We get the deuce. We get the deuce. As the return goes out by Sinner. Advantage Alcaraz. Chat, please stop making fun of me. Advantage Alcaraz. Serve again. As a return. Goes into the forehand of Alcaraz. He puts it away. 1-love Alcaraz in the second. All right. 1-love Alcaraz in the second. Okay. Here we go. Sinner to serve in the second. We've had no breaks to serve still. It's been very impressive. It's been a very impressive serving display. All right. Serve is for Sinner. There's been a fault from Sinner. Second serve. Nope. Sinner made an error. All right, love 15. Love 15. Sinner serves again. Sinner serves a fault. Second serve. Second serve. And the return goes in the forehand of Sinner. Forehand from Alcaraz. The backhand of Sinner. Off the tape goes in. Alcaraz is there though and puts it away. Love 30. Love 30. Love 30. Sinner is in trouble. No breaks to serve. Now remember, Sinner did have set points in the first set at 15-40 on the Alcaraz serve at 6-5. So Sinner has had his opportunities. Love 30. As Alcaraz returns into the forehand of Sinner. Sinner in the net. Love 40. Love 40. Alcaraz to take the break early second set. Love 40. Okay. Love 40. Sinner serves. The forehand of Alcaraz. Turn goes to the forehand of Sinner. Alcaraz forehand down the line. Sinner's there with a backhand cross. Alcaraz gets with his backhand into the backhand of Sinner. Alcaraz runs around, hits the forehand inside out. To the backhand of Sinner. And Alcaraz breaks! Thanks a lot, Internet. Not like I was watching that match or anything. Yeah, I don't care what happened, really. I don't really want to know. Thanks a lot, Internet. That's really helpful. Chat, where are we watching from? Let me know. Where are we watching from? To love. Tom.
Mad respect for Carlos and Jesus.
Thank you for the $20. Appreciate that. We've got Sweden. We've got Ohio, LA, South Africa, Canada, New Zealand, Poland, India, Birmingham, Orlando, New York, Tampa, Germany, Essex, Wales, Scotland, Philippines. 15 love Alcaraz. We've got Hawaii, Nigeria, Poland, Armenia, South Africa, New Mexico, Spain, France, Bahamas, Dubai, London, Ireland, Nigeria, Hong Kong, Estonia, Chicago, Brazil, Netherlands. As we return from Alcaraz. Goes in the net. 15 all. 15 all. Switzerland, Australia. All right, Alcaraz serves again. Your heart is always going wrong. What do you mean? What are you trying to say? Like, are you a doctor? What's up? 400 rally. There's been a 400 off the tape from Sinner, but Alcaraz gets there and puts it away. 30-15. 30-15. Alcaraz serves again. Hey, Christopher, thank you for becoming a member as well. Appreciate that. Thank you, everybody who's becoming a member. You don't have to do that, but I appreciate it. Thank you for becoming a member. If you want to be a member, it's only $1 a month. You can click the join button down below. It's $1 a month. You get your name turns green, which means everybody in the chat can see that you're a member, but also you get all the custom emojis, which are all tennis related because this is a tennis channel. So it makes sense, 40-15. And you can also join the members only Discord. All right, 40-15. 40-15. As we have a 400 rally, Alcaraz trying to get that 3-love lead. As he hits a backhand into the backhand of Sinner. Alcaraz backhand into that Sinner backhand as Alcaraz hits the slice down the line. That's a good shot. Sinner gets it. Alcaraz backhand cross court. Sinner's there with a backhand of his own. Into the forehand of Alcaraz. A Sinner forehand of the stretch. Alcaraz drop shot. It's too good.
This is going to be on Tennis TV, bro.
3-love Carlos in the second. All right. 3-love Alcaraz. The crowd is stunned. I'm here for Carlitos. I respect Sinner, but Carlos is my guy. And dare I say Bublik and Musetti and Fisa coming up. Hey. Thank you, Christopher, for the yeah. I mean, Bublik has been surprisingly good on clay this year when he says he hates it. But you're right with Musetti Feast. Alcaraz destroyed Sinner and silenced the crowd. He is at the moment, yeah. All right. Were those Carlos haters who said Sinner in straights? I don't know. Usually people that say something, they leave. Carlos comes to Rome to give a statement. If he wins this, he's won all the big clay court titles. Pretty much all the big clay court titles. I think Hamburg, he's missing that. But he made the final not too long ago, like a couple of years ago, right? He's not playing Hamburg next week, but he's won all the major clay events. The 3 1000s and the French Open. So it's pretty crazy. Okay. Carlos only cooks when playing Sinner. Okay, here we go. Sinner serving to get on the board. 3-love Alcaraz. 3-love. Serve goes to the forehand of Alcaraz. Forehand from Sinner. Into the forehand of Alcaraz. A Sinner backhand. Into the forehand of Alcaraz, who hits it wide. 15-love. $15-love. And Sinner serves a fault. Second serve. Your heart says Sinner, but Alcaraz is far better. What are you talking about? I picked Alcaraz to win in 3. As with a backhand. Into the backhand of Alcaraz. Backhand of Sinner. To the backhand of Alcaraz. And Sinner backhand again to the backhand of Alcaraz. Down the line's a winner from Carly. Carly?
This is going to be on Tennis TV.
Who? Hello? Charlie. I bet Charlie. 15 off. I bet Carlos. I said Carlos. Chat, it's 3 a.m. I'm tired. So leave me alone, all right? Just forget I said it. Don't even mention it. There's no one here, right? Good. It's all right. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't even worry. All right. 15-0. Don't even worry about it. Nobody heard anything. It's fine. Don't worry about it. I just got confused. 15-0. Is it a fault from Sinner? Second serve. Second serve. Into the forehand of Alcaraz. Return goes to the forehand of Sinner. Alcaraz slice. Into the backhand of Sinner. To the backhand of Alcaraz. He puts up a lob. Sinner with a backhand volley goes wide. 15-30. Chance for a double break. 15-30. All right. 15-30. As Sinner serves again. A let. Serve again. Hey, Panetta and Schiavone in the house. Two of the best Italian players ever to play the game. As it a forehand now from Sinner to the forehand of Alcaraz, 15-30. Back in a Sinner cross court. Alcaraz gets with the slice. It's a drop shot. Sinner's going to get there, but hit it wide. 15-40. 15-40. Break points for a double break. In the second set. 15-40. The Italian crowd don't know what to do. 15-40. Serve out wide as a fault. Second serve. Second serve, Sinner. Into the backhand of Alcaraz. Good return. Sinner gets it with the backhand on the stretch. Sinner. Now with the forehand on the stretch. To the backhand of Alcaraz. Sinner. Forehand. Inside out. Sinner with the volley now. And he hits it in the net. For love. Sinner misses the easy volley. For love. Carlos with the double break. This will be an all-time comeback if Sinner can somehow make it happen. For love. Alcaraz to serve. For love. Serving to the backhand of Sinner. Return goes into the backhand of Alcaraz. Backhand Sinner. To the forehand of Alcaraz. Again to the backhand, but it's out by Alcaraz. Love 15. Love 15. Serve again. As the return goes out by Sinner, 15-0. $15-all. Serve again by Alcaraz. Sinner returns back into Alcaraz, back into Sinner. In the net, 30-15. 30-15. As Alcaraz serves again. He's 6 points away from winning the title in Rome. Serve. The backhand of Sinner. Return goes into the front of Alcaraz. Sinner. Ooh, gets the point. Alcaraz kind of sprays it. And it's 30-all. Alcaraz has not been broken all day. But he has a security break if he needs it, so. As we serve. Alcaraz serves. Into the forehand of Sinner, return. To the forehand of Alcaraz, a Sinner. To the backhand of Alcaraz, into the backhand of Sinner as Alcaraz backhand. Again to the backhand of Sinner, who goes down the line. Alcaraz there with the forehand cross. Sinner gets it. Alcaraz forehand drop shot. Sinner can't get it. 40-30. Alcaraz is just on a different level. When he plays this guy, he just plays his best Alcaraz. I mean, this is the best Alcaraz has played arguably all year. I mean, is it the best? I mean, all right. 40-30 to go to 5-love in the second. As we get a backhand return from Sinner into the forehand of Alcaraz. Sinner backhand down the line. That's a great shot. Alcaraz gets it though, and then Sinner volleys it away. No, Alcaraz gets it. Because of course he does. And it goes in, and then Sinner hits it over the shoulder smash, but it goes out. Why would I say that the point was over when Alcaraz was still running? Why would I say that? I should know better. Anyways, 5-love. They sit down, and Alcaraz is 1 game away. 1 game away. The crowd don't know what to do. They're stunned. They are stunned. Okay. 5-love. How are we doing, chap? How are we doing? By the way, chat, we got to 293. What? 239. 239. Thank you, everybody, for subscribing. Appreciate it. We're only this close to 240. So thank you for that. Hey, thank you, charging for the 44 months as well. Appreciate it. Let's get to 240 at the end of this match. I don't think we're going to get there today. Think you need to open the bagel shop? Bagel shop's closed on Sundays. Hey, Azza, thank you for gifting a membership. Appreciate that. All right. Ooh, here we go. Sinner serving to get on the board. Hey, LA, thank you for the 31 months. Appreciate that. As with a fault from Sinner. Second serve. Second serve. Into the backhand of Alcaraz. Return the forehand to Sinner. Alcaraz forehand down the line of the backhand, but it's out by Alcaraz, and it's 15-love. 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 Sinner, 30-love.
This is gonna be on tennis TV, bro.
30-love. Nice serve and forehand or backhand combo by Sinner. 30 love. Sinner serves a fault. Second serve. And the return by Alcaraz goes out. 40 love. 40 love. Sinner serves again. A fault. Second serve. Second serve, the back end of Alcaraz. Alcaraz in the nets. 5-1. No bagel. Now Alcaraz is going to serve for the match. Alcaraz will serve for the match. Man. Now, Alcaraz does sometimes get broken when serving for matches, so keep that in mind. But he's got 2 breaks to serve, so that's good. As the return goes in, the forehand of Alcaraz. Forehand now from Sinner. Into the forehand of Alcaraz. A Sinner backhand in the net. 15 love. 15 love. 3 points away from the championship. 15 love. Three points away. He serves. Into the forehand of Sinner. Return goes wide. 30 love. 2 points away. 30 love. 30 love. Alcaraz serves again. Into the forehand of Sinner. Good return the back of Alcaraz. Alcaraz in the net. 30-15. By the way, chat, Alcaraz has not been broken for the entire match, which is very impressive. 30-15. Serve again. Into the back in the Sinner. Return goes out. Championship points for Carlos Alcaraz to win his 4th match in a row against Jannik Sinner. 40-15. 2 championship points. And also to win his 2nd Clay Court 1000 for the season. He serves. Down to the back of the Sinner. Return. Into the forehand of Alcaraz, who shanks it long. That's 1. 1 saved. 40-30. The crowd are stunned into silence. They don't know what to do. They are stunned by this second set especially. Championship point number 2. 40-30. Alcaraz to take the Rome title. He serves. Into the back of the Sinner. Return is short. Alcaraz forehand. Sinner puts up a lob. Alcaraz. Oh, wow. He hit the smash into the crowd off the top of the frame, and we get to deuce. Sinner survives. I mean, I think Alcaraz, he jumped high and he just couldn't reach it. He just couldn't reach the lob and he shanked it off the top. God, how did Sinner win that point? All right, deuce. Alcaraz serves the forehand of Sinner. Return goes back into Alcaraz. Sinner backhand. Into the forehand of Alcaraz, who hits away a winner. What a shot. Right in the corner. Championship point number 3. Huge forehand winner by Carlos. The crowd go quiet. All right, championship point number 3. Alcaraz serves. Out wide to the back of the center. Return goes in the front of Alcaraz. He hits a drop shot. Sinner's going to get it. And then Alcaraz volleys it away! Carlos is king in Rome. And he knocks out the favourite. Sinner's got a big smile on his face. I'd love to see him back, right? We love seeing him back. King of clay, Carlos. It's got a ring to it. It's got a ring to it. He won Monte Carlo. He made the Barcelona final, hurt his leg. He skipped Madrid. He wins Rome. And he's the defending champion of the French. He is the guy. He is him on clay. Juan Carlos loves it. They're all loving it. The Alcaraz box, they're the only people in the house. And the president of Spain that wanted to see the win. That's it. The crowd is stunned. They had a lot to cheer about this week, but not this final. They won the doubles, the ladies' doubles. They won the ladies' singles. That first set was so important. Those 2-set points that Sinner had in the first set. Alcaraz saved them, got to the tiebreak, and then ran away with the second. And he now leads 7-4. He's won 4 in a row in this matchup. When Sinner plays Alcaraz, Alcaraz wins. That's what happens. We need to see them play at Wimbledon. We need to see them on grass. Because I feel like Sinner's, he's going to get better on grass as time goes on, and Alcaraz is currently the 2-time champion at Wimbledon. Okay, GG's. What a win. What a win. And Carlos has just cleaned up the clay titles in 2025. And now he's won all the big ones. If you are leaving, by the way, don't forget to sub on the way out. We will be back for next week. We're watching a couple of matches next week. And then, of course, Roland Garros in 7 days. 7 winners from Sinner, 30 errors. Not great. 19 winners and 31 errors from Alcaraz. So both not playing their best. Obviously, they bring out the best in each other, but they're also nervous when they play each other. But Alcaraz's forehand was on fire, and he also served well, Alcaraz, which didn't get broken for the match. Only faced 2 break points, which were the set points, at the start of the end of the first set. And he broke Sinner twice in that second set to take it. So very, very good serving by Alcaraz, which is something that we don't usually say because Alcaraz's serve is not usually his best shot. But the forehand was working and the serve was working today. Those 2 shots prove the difference. Okay. And now Alcaraz is well and truly the favourite for the French. I mean, I don't think we can doubt that for a second. All right. Drop shot king. Oh, yeah. The drop shots were crazy. I mean, it was just a whole... It was just a clinic in that second set for Alcaraz. Jannik did well this tournament. Oh, yeah. I mean, Sinner coming back after 3 months, making the final and losing to the guy that he doesn't beat. It's a damn good road. First tournament back here in the final. Okay, welcome back. Didn't even miss a day. Like, easy. It's like he never left. Is the draw ceremony tomorrow? No. French Open ceremony is like at the end of the week. Fun start to your birthday. Hey, happy birthday, Cherry. No worries, Trisha. We'll see you later. How would you rate this match 0 out of 10? It wasn't the best quality. Probably maybe like a 6.8. It's all right. It was like compared to all their other matches, right? If you compare it to their other matches, it's probably about a 6 something. It was good. The first set was obviously good, but the second set was very one-sided. So you've got to say maybe a 6.7. The quality wasn't great. It was just the first set was intense. Jay!
Let's fingo Carlos. So many people doubted the dude. I am so happy for him. Glad to see him take the title and head into Roland Garros with confidence.
Oh, yeah.
What factor in this match made difference?
I think the Alcaraz serve. I think that was the difference. And also the errors. I mean, Sinner hit a lot of errors, but so did Alcaraz. They both hit a lot of errors. But I think the serving of Alcaraz, not being broken, that was huge. That was a huge plus. All right. By the way, chat, I know we talk about the Golden Masters. I mean, Alcaraz is kind of cleaning up. What's he got left? Because he's got all the clay titles now. What's he got to do now? He's won 5 out of 9. He's halfway. He's just got to win Canada, Cincinnati, which he's made the final, Shanghai, Paris. Paris is probably going to be the hardest one, but I mean, he's already halfway to the Golden Masters and the ATP finals. He's got to win that, I guess, as well. But bloody hell. He's got to do that. I mean, surely he's going to do that, right? It's crazy. Crazy. Norris Bevan, we'll see you later. And he just turned 22. Yep. He's just getting started. Korea Grand Slam is not far away either. He's only got to win the Australian Open, so he's lining it up very, very nicely. Sinner still has 0 big clay titles. But yeah, he only played one time, though. He didn't have much chance this season. He was banned for 3 months. Tennis peak is 23 to 28, and Carlos hasn't even peaked yet. I know. That's so scary. Australian Open will be his hardest to win, yeah. But again, he only lost, the last couple of years to Zverev and Djokovic, so it's not been a bad run. He made 2 quarterfinals. It's just going to be maybe a little tougher for him than the others. Sinner looked hopeless in the second set. Yeah, he didn't. Again, Alcaraz, you got to credit him for getting off to a good start in that second, and then Sinner just couldn't recover. But congratulations to Alcaraz for the win. Sinner did well to get the final after 3 months out. Yeah, exactly. Sinner making the final after not playing for 3 months is pretty ridiculous. All right, Linda, just in time. Alcaraz has 20 titles now, I think. Was this his 20th win? 20th title? 19 titles, I think. Yeah, this was his 19th title. 19 wins, 6 losses, which I think Sinner has the same record in finals. 19 wins and 6 losses. So both these guys, ridiculous. And 2 of those losses were to Djokovic. In very close matches. So 2 of the 6 were to Djokovic in those epics, in Cincy and Olympics. So happy for Carlos and his team. Oh yeah, we love seeing that. Now, chat, where does this put Sinner in terms of French Open form favorites? Is he automatically top 5 because of what happened this week, or do you still put him behind Musetti maybe, or do you put him level with Draper or Ruud? Where do you put Sinner in the top 5? Because Alcaraz is number 1, right? Alcaraz going to the French, 100%. He is the best player on clay right now, right? 2 titles, massive titles, made a final of another one, didn't play Madrid. Alcaraz is the number 1 easily. Number 2, you don't put Ruud up there. I mean, Ruud did get demolished by Sinner, so maybe you can't put Ruud above Sinner. You wouldn't put Draper up there ahead of him? Maybe Musetti, though? I mean, Musetti's been good. Not as the favorite for the French. I'm not saying favoritism. It's more about form. When it comes to form, would you put him at number 2? He's definitely top 3. I mean, you could make it a case for maybe Musetti. And Musetti's been very consistent. Musetti, lost to Draper and Alcaraz twice. Musetti got injured a lot, but Musetti's been fine. I don't know. I feel like Musetti and Sinner are sort of equal second almost. Because, Sinner played one event. He did really well in that one event. But Musetti's got like a good track record. Like he's got final in Monte Carlo, semi-finals in Madrid, semi-finals here. I mean, that's pretty damn good. I mean, Musetti's not, if he's number 3, then that's crazy. Alcaraz played so maturely today. Didn't make a lot of errors, a lot of vibe errors. Yeah, I mean, there was a lot of errors, but I mean, I know what you're talking about. Not too many silly errors from Alcaraz. He was definitely locked in. Alcaraz, Musetti, Sinner, Ruud, Draper, Cerundolo in that order. Okay. Alcaraz, Ruud, Musetti, Draper. Okay. Carlos silence, a noisy Italian crowd. Yeah, the second set, it was quiet. It was quiet in the second set. He was locked in. Yeah, he was. Alcaraz was locked in. I want to see Sinner Draper at the French. Quarterfinal. Let's have it. Draper Sinner quarterfinal French Open. Let's have it. Let's get that match. Let's get that match. Sinner doesn't look locked in this match. Well, he was. Definitely in the first set, Sinner was locked in for sure. Second set, Alcaraz just ran away. I want to see Zverev, Draper, and Sinner, Musetti at Roland Garros. Okay. Alcaraz, Sinner, Novak still third favorite for me. Okay. Tsitsipas, Medvedev generation losing track. A little bit. Who was I expecting to win? Well, I picked Alcaraz in 3. So Alcaraz, I was expecting Alcaraz to win. Because I just wasn't sure whether or not Sinner was going to be 100%. And also the head-to-head was advantage Alcaraz, like 4 love. 3 in a row. I mean, yeah. So I went off that. But I'm a little surprised it was straight sets. I thought it would have been... I mean, the first set was feeling like it was going to be a 3-hour match, wasn't it? Alcaraz a beast? Yeah. Alcaraz is a beast. We forget that Djokovic and Grand Slams are different. Yeah, I know. We'll just wait. Djokovic is such a wait and see though, because it'll depend on his draw and it'll depend on who he plays. In the early rounds. Yeah. Alcaraz seems to turn up against Sinner, Mr. Inconsistent. Okay. Runa and Tommy Paul for second and third. Okay. All right. So, chat, plan for next week. We have Strasbourg, which has got some interesting matches that we'll probably tune into. But mostly we're going to be watching Djokovic in Geneva. So it's going to be a bit of a Djokovic week as we head into the French Open. So next week will be all about Norway. Nice. Thanks, Lilia. Appreciate it. Not Hamburg? Nah. I'm not going to lie. I don't want to watch anything next week. I want to take a whole week off, rest, to be ready for the French and fresh. Because I've been streaming almost every day since the start of April. It's been like 6 weeks straight. So I don't want to watch anything next week. But I also know that we have to watch Djokovic because he's no Novak Djokovic. But also Strasbourg has got some really interesting matches on the women's side. And it's actually kind of stacked. It's got Pegula, Badosa, Rybakina. Raducanu, Kazakina are playing tomorrow. Collins, Kennan are in the draw. So there's potentially some really interesting matches that might have French Open consequences. So we kind of got to watch it a little bit. I don't really care about Hamburg. I know Zverev's playing, but I don't really care about Hamburg. Zverev is the number 1 seed, and then Tiafoe number 2. So like if Zverev makes the final or something, and maybe, but Hamburg is not very interesting. What stops you to take a week off? Paid memberships and donations, isn't it? No. Yeah. If I don't take a week off, then I won't get dollar memberships. No. We have to watch Djokovic because we've watched a lot of Sinner, we've watched a lot of Alcaraz. We don't know what Djokovic is going to do at the French. So we've got to see how he looks next week because if he starts kicking everyone's ass, we're going to start talking about Novak as a chance at the French, right? And on the women's side, a lot of the players that are playing in Strasbourg are either players that need form, like Pegula didn't play great in Rome. So we've got to kind of watch that to see who's playing well there, to see if they could challenge Gauff or Sabalenka or whatever. So, like I said, I don't want to watch tennis next week, but because certain players are playing that are in the conversation for Roland Garros, we have to watch them for that reason. So that's why I can't take a week off, because next week's events have players that could win the French or that could be contenders. So we have to watch the contenders. We don't have to. We do have to. I have to. I made a promise to all Djokovic fans that we would watch every match he played until he retired. And he still hasn't retired. So we're going to watch him. Alcaraz is in his kryptonite? Yeah. Four in a row for Alcaraz over Sinner now? Yeah, exactly. Fonseca's not playing next week. And we Nole fans appreciate it. Yeah. And plus, I want to watch Nole to see whether or not he's going to show us if he can, if he's going to have any sort of form for Roland Garros, because, Grand Slam Nole is different and he hasn't played for a while and hasn't been great on clay, so next week's a big chance. He could lose in the second round and then we won't watch the rest of the week, but yeah. All right. Any last questions, chat, before we sign out? And we'll come back. We'll come back tomorrow because we're going to watch Raducanu Kazakina tomorrow. They're playing this in midnight tomorrow, so that's fun. Is it a different field of clay court season without Rafa? No, not really. We kind of have had 2 years ago, we didn't have Rafa on clay, which was way stranger than this. When he was injured and everyone was like, well, he's not going to miss the French, surely. And he didn't play at all in 23. That was sort of this year, just with him retiring, it's if he hadn't have had 2023 off, I think this year would have been really weird. But because he already had that whole season, we're kind of look, And last year he played limited, well, not because he wasn't trying, but he didn't play as much clay court tennis last year because he wasn't getting to the finals of everything. So we didn't have to cut Rafa cold turkey. We kind of slowly went away, unfortunately. Dasha will crush Raducanu. Well, we'll find out tomorrow. Here we go. Raducanu not to be missed. We're watching Kazakhina. Dasha's not to be missed. What do you mean Raducanu? We're talking about Dasha. Also, you don't have to come to the matches if you don't want to watch the players. Like, you don't have to go. Like, just because I stream something doesn't mean you have to watch it. That's fine. I'm sure we'll watch your favorite player eventually. Like, it's okay. If you don't like Raducanu, you don't have to watch their matches. In fact, please, it's probably better if you don't, because then you're just going to come in angry and then people are going to get upset. It's just going to be a whole thing. So if you don't like watching Raducanu or any other player, don't watch the players you don't like. That's silly. Why would you do that to yourself? Did I watch Eurovision? I did not. Carlos said sorry to the crowd? Oh, Jesus. Savage. That is savage. That is savage. Pardon me. Oh, man. What a week, chat. What a tournament. Rome. Do we all agree that Rome has been the best tournament of the year? Do we all agree that Rome has been the best tournament in 2025? I feel like Miami might be a close second. Miami might be a close second. And maybe the Australian Open as well in the conversation. But I think that those three are up there. Those are the three best tournaments of the year. Yeah, the atmosphere with the Eala in Miami was huge. And the Fonseca matches, right? Australian Open was obviously great on the women's side and had some good men's matches too. But this tournament has to be the best. Just because everyone was playing well. Most players were playing well. Can will Mirra win this year's Roland Garros? I'm going to say no. But she'll be probably in a contender. But I don't think she'll win. Unless she gets a really good draw. What about Swiatek? Well, obviously you got to consider Swiatek in the French. I mean, she's won the last 3. 4 of the last 5. Cam go to bed? No. Because he will have the stamina, more majors, genius. Wait, what? I missed the second set. Oh, no. I just wish Masters finals were 5-setters. Me too, but they're not going to do it because they've made them 2 weeks, and that's too much. It's already too much. They'll never do 5-set finals with 2-week Masters. No, they won't do it. They should make them 1 week and then make 5-set finals. I would love that. Would be better, personally. Kind of lost hope with Swiatek winning the French. Okay. All right. Djokovic will play on Tuesday. Yes. He will play Tuesday. I think against like Marijan or Bergs. It's not an easy draw for Djokovic. Yeah, Fucsovic. Fucsovic or Bergs. And then possibly Analdi in the quarterfinals who beat him a couple of weeks ago. And Poprin and Mahatcha in the draw too. I mean, Djokovic's draw sucks in Geneva. If he wins that title, it'll be hard earned. He's got to avenge a couple of losses. Yep, Raducanu versus Dash tomorrow. So make sure you join us for that. It will be a lot of fun. Two of the channel favourites. Hopefully a new French Open champion on the women's side. I mean, it's very likely, right? Alcaraz leads 7-4. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. Yes, he indeed does. Okay. All right. What time is Dash playing tomorrow? Late, very late. Very late. Am I excited for the French? I will be. Once we get the draw out, and that's when the draw comes out, that's when we start getting crazy. That's when things start getting fun. What do we expect Roland Garros to be fast or slow? It's always slow. No, it's pure. We'll see you later. Who is Novak's biggest treat this next week? Well, threat next week? I mean, I mentioned them before. There's a lot of them. He's got a tough draw. Naudi, Mahach, Popperin. All right. Don't forget to sub if you haven't already. And like I said, next week, feel free to join us for Djokovic. It's kind of Djokovic week, but it's also Strasbourg week, so it's a little bit of B, A, and a little bit of B. See you later, Leon. Sinner has been so dominant, only Alcaraz can battle him. Yep. Last time Sinner lost to somebody not named Alcaraz, I think was in Canada last year, right? I mean, it's been a long time. a long time. But Alcaraz is just his boogeyman, you know? If you were Djokovic, what tournament would you choose as your last? Either Wimbledon or in Serbia. Not this year, though. I don't think he's going to finish Wimbledon this year. I think if he was going to retire, it's going to be in Belgrade in November at the end of the year. But most likely, if he was going to retire, he would probably announce it at the start of the year and have a tour. I don't think he would retire, like go to in November, go, I'm going to stop now. I think he wants to have one more crack at the Davis Cup. I think this year he probably was a little disappointed that he didn't get to play Davis Cup in February, which eventually Serbia lost to Denmark. So I think Djokovic wants one more crack at Davis Cup. I think he will announce a start of the year. He go, 2020 whatever is my final season. I don't think he will retire by like announcing it before the weekend, unless he gets injured. I don't think he's going to announce his retirement like pre Wimbledon, right? I think he's going to say like at the end, whatever it is, December before the season starts. He'll probably say it. Yeah, he's going to do a farewell tour. But I think that, like he said, Davis Cup and Slams are his important stuff. And this year, he doesn't get a chance to win Davis. He didn't even get to play Davis Cup this year. So I don't think he might retire at Davis Cup next year if he does, if Serbia do well, right? But I think he'll at least play next year. I think. Unless something happens, Federer didn't really do one, did he? No, because Federer couldn't do one. It's a shame. And Rafa kind of did a farewell. Murray didn't get one either. I mean, these players don't get the chance to do it. So I think Djokovic is in a unique position where he might get a chance to actually have a farewell tour, Whereas the other guys, either reluctantly, Rafa had to do one, or Murray and Federer didn't have a chance because they were too sore. Remember, Murray put out Wimbledon, and then Federer played a doubles match, right? All right, I'm out of here. I'm tired. I'm tired. But we're going to do it all again tomorrow. At least we're going to watch one match tomorrow between Kasatkina and Raducanu, which is going to be fun. Like I said, we're going to be watching matches here and there during the week just to kind of, I guess, tick the boxes on some of the players that we haven't watched so much of that are, that we all view as contenders. Tomorrow, Dasha versus Raducanu is just fun. That's all. That's the reason why we're watching that. And we haven't watched Dasha for a minute, so it'll be good to watch Dasha. But obviously going to watch Djokovic because he's the only player that we haven't been able to keep track of because he's been losing, which sucks, right? I mean, we're not used to seeing Djokovic lose so much. So hopefully with Djokovic next week, we'll get to see him play some good matches and get him to, kick some ass. But thanks for joining us. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Don't forget to like the video as well. I think this might have been the biggest stream of the clay season, and that makes sense because it's Alcaraz versus Sinner, right? I mean, this should be the biggest match of the season on the clay so far. But we're just getting started. The clay court preparations might be over. Rome, Madrid, Monte Carlo, they're all done. And now the serious shit. Roland Garros. Everything that we've been playing for. It comes up in a week. 7 days. This time next week, we will be in Paris. We will be watching the clay court tennis at Roland Garros. I don't know who's going to be playing, but we start on Sunday. So make sure you write that down. We start on Sunday, and I'll see you guys next week. If you're not coming back for the weekly fun streams during the week. But 7-6, 6-1, Sinner, he was close in that first set, but he just couldn't get it done. Oh, pardon me. Alcaraz gets the win. He wins his second 1,000 title of the year on a clay court. Cleans up the clay. Didn't play Madrid. Did make the final Barcelona in the meantime as well. And he gets it done. And again, beats Sinner. He beats Sinner again. He just doesn't lose against Jannik Sinner. I'll see you guys during the week.